Every night, your cat makes a choice. They could sleep anywhere: a sunlit windowsill, a quiet corner, the top of the couch where no one would disturb them. But instead, they walk past all of it, climb into your bed, and press their small body against yours. You probably think you know why, but here's what most cat owners never fully realize. And stay until the end, because what happens when your cat suddenly stops doing this is something you need to understand. Most people assume it comes down to warmth. You're a heat source. Your cat is cold. Simple. And honestly, that explanation feels reasonable. Until you actually think about it. Cats are resourceful beyond what most of us give them credit for. Sunny patches on hardwood floors, the hum of a laptop, laundry still warm from the dryer. Warmth is never hard for them to find. So warmth alone can't explain why your cat keeps choosing you specifically, night after night. Here's the truth that changes everything. Sleep is the moment a cat becomes completely defenseless. Every ancient instinct they carry, built over thousands of years of survival, screams at them to find somewhere hidden, somewhere tucked away, somewhere no threat could reach. And yet, your cat walks past every quiet, safe hiding spot in your home and curls up next to a creature 15 times their size. That is not a comfort decision. That is trust at its most raw. Research in animal cognition has found that cats form attachment bonds with their owners that closely mirror the way infants bond with caregivers. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they are saying something they have no other way to express. You are the safest place I know. Now here's something most people miss entirely. Have you noticed your cat pressing their head or body against you just before they settle in? That moment isn't random affection. It's an act with deep biological meaning. Cats carry scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and tail. When they rub against you, they leave invisible markers behind. But when they sleep pressed against you, night after night, something more significant is happening. They are blending your scent with theirs. In the wild, cats within the same colony share a communal scent. It is how they identify family. It is how they silently say, "This one belongs to us." By weaving their smell into yours through sleep, your cat is performing a ritual as old as their species. They are telling themselves and the world that you are part of the same circle. This is also why your cat sniffs you so intently when you come home from somewhere unfamiliar. You've lost some of that shared scent on that evening when they curl back up against you. Part of that is them restoring what went missing. And then there's where they choose to sleep. Most people never think about it, but placement is never random. It is strategic. Even the most pampered house cat still carries the instincts of a predator, and predators understand threats. When your cat positions themselves beside you at night, part of them genuinely believes they are standing watch. This behavior traces back thousands of years. In wildcat colonies, members took turns keeping guard while others slept. It was not just bonding, it was survival. Your cat, no matter how domesticated, has not forgotten that code. Watch them. If they face the door, they're monitoring the entry point. If they sleep near your head, they've chosen to protect your most vulnerable area. They know they are small. They don't care. Something deep in their wiring says, "This human is mine, and I will show up for them every single night." The position itself carries meaning too. A cat curled tightly into a ball is shielding their most vulnerable parts. Belly tucked, paws hidden, vital organs protected. It says, "I feel safe enough to be near you, but I'm not quite ready to let everything go." Trust with a quiet layer of caution underneath. A cat who sprawls fully, legs stretched, belly exposed, maybe even upside down, has released every survival instinct they carry. That exposed stomach is not laziness, it is the deepest possible signal of security. In your presence, they believe completely that nothing can harm them. And when your cat turns their back to you, don't take it personally. In the language cats speak, turning your back to someone means you trust them so completely you don't need to watch them. It is actually a high compliment. The full body press, when they wedge themselves against you as tightly as possible, is something else entirely. That is not clinginess. That is devotion, with no distance left in it. Something else is happening too, quietly, over time. You may have noticed your cat waking when you wake, winding down when you do. That synchrony did not happen by accident. Cats are naturally crepuscular, biologically wired to be most alert at dawn and dusk when their ancestors hunted. By nature, their schedule should look nothing like yours. But bonded cats do something remarkable. They override their own biology. Studies tracking domestic cats found that those living closely with humans gradually shift their sleep and wake cycles to mirror their owners. They stay awake longer during the day. They sleep more deeply at night. Not because it's natural for them, but because that's when you're there. Their entire internal clock, shaped by thousands of years of evolution, gets quietly rewritten just to exist alongside yours, and your cat is reading you more closely than you realize. Ever had a difficult day, the kind you haven't spoken aloud yet, and found your cat suddenly unwilling to leave your side? That is not coincidence. When you are stressed, your body changes. Cortisol rises. Your breathing shifts. Your movements carry a different quality. Your cat picks up on all of it. They don't know why something is wrong, but they know something is. This is why some cats become more present when their owner is sick, anxious, or quietly grieving. They are not simply being affectionate. They are responding to real signals you are emitting without realizing it. And sleeping beside you gives them something even more precise: your baseline. Night after night, they are learning what you feel like when everything is okay, so that when something changes, even subtly, they are the first to notice, which is why the last thing matters most. If your cat has slept beside you for months or years, and that suddenly stops, pay attention. Cats are creatures of deep habit. When they break a pattern this significant, they are communicating something important. Sometimes it is physical. Pain or illness can cause a cat to seek solitude. It is an ancient survival instinct to hide what makes them vulnerable. If your older cat begins withdrawing at night, a vet visit is worth taking seriously. Sometimes it is environmental. A new animal, a new person, a shift in routine that feels small to you but enormous to them. And sometimes it is emotional. Cats remember. If something frightened them in that space, or if tension entered it, they may pull back to protect themselves. The point is this: your cat did not choose to sleep with you out of habit. They chose you because they trusted you completely. If that changes, they are not being difficult. They are trying to tell you something. So listen, watch, and if something is wrong, help them find their way back to feeling safe. Tonight, when your cat climbs into bed and settles against you, know that for them, that has never once been a small thing.